According to Diaz, over 110 million animals die in U.S. laboratories used for animal testing every year. Not everyone knows that the truth behind animal testing, nor what it fully consists of. We personally have a big heart for animals, and we know that we can be able to explain why experimentation on animals should be banned. Animal testing is a cruel act that involves the lives of innocent animals, and everyone should be informed about what is going on in the production of their medication, cosmetics, and as well as cleaning chemicals. In today's speech, we will be informing you all about why animal testing is so harmful, because of the harm inflicted on animals, humans, and animal experimentation, and why it should be banned. During our speech, we will talk about what goes on in these laboratories, the consequences of this sad act, and as well as why it can affect all of us personally.
Animal experimentation should be stopped because of how it violates the rights of animals and harms humans. As stated in the Humane Society of the United States article, Taking Suffering Out of Science, millions of animals are subjected to painful experiments every year in the U.S., where they are deliberately infected with diseases, exposed to chemicals, and killed once the experiment ends. The article additionally states that humans and animals are biologically different, and animal experimentation cannot reliably simulate how the human body will react to drugs or chemicals. Swatters provides an excellent example of this. She explains that thalidomide, a drug advertised as a cure for every ailment in the Netherlands during the late 1950s, was deemed safe to consume once tested on various animals, but later proved to cause various birth defects in human babies. According to the American Anti-Vivisection Society article, Problems with Animal Research, drugs and procedures that could be effective in humans may never be developed because they fail in human studies. Akhtar, the author of a journal about the human harm of animal experimentation, states that tamoxifen, one of the most effective drugs for certain types of breast cancer, would have been withdrawn if scientists had discovered that it caused liver tumors in rats during clinical testings, rather than after the drug had been on the market for years. Akhtar additionally states animals in laboratories are involuntarily placed in artificial environments, usually in windowless rooms, for the duration of their lives. Cortisone levels rise in monkeys watching other monkeys being restrained for blood collection. Blood pressure and heart rates elevate in rats watching other rats being decapitated. Routine laboratory procedures, such as catching an animal and removing him or her from the cage, in addition to the experimental procedures, cause significant and prolonged elevation in animal stress markers. Animal experimentation affects you all because it directly impacts your healthcare. Over the counter medications and prescription drugs were all tested on animals before they could be approved. We all could also be missing out on new effective treatments simply because they were prematurely abandoned due to animals reacting negatively to them.
Alrighty. According to Hussein, who has an MS in animal and public policy to help animals suffering in labs and advance human medicine, you can buy cruelty-free products, donate to organizations that focus on getting rid of or reducing animal testing, and even consider donating your body to science. Animal experimentation is a very cruel practice that has persisted for thousands of years, and it's about time that something is done to protect animals against unnecessary harm. In order to accomplish this goal, we should all take some simple, easy to implement steps to promote the elimination of animal experimentation. Hussein states that by buying cruelty free products, you can send a message to companies that there's a demand for products that haven't been tested on animals, which would make them inclined to reduce or even remove animal testing on their products. She claims that by donating to organizations and nonprofits, you can help go fund and support their goal of advocating or minimizing animal experimentation. And by donating your body to science, you can support science and animals. Hussein adds that real human tissues is considered very valuable in scientific research. and that this donation you can potentially aid in scientific advances, breakthrough in medicine, and the treatment for diseases. According to Research for Life in their article, some compelling reasons to consider donating your body to science. Research indicates that surgeons who work on the human body surpass those who work on animals. The familiarity with the human body makes it much easier for them to translate what they learn to their work with patients. As stated by Amelia Dormamuan, who conducted a study together by consumer purchase intention towards cruelty-free products. Research in cruelty-free personal care products informs companies about opportunities to expand in their cruelty-free segments and empowers policymakers to enhance animal welfare regulations and promote ethical practices. The NSPCA, in their article Fundraisers for the NP, the NSPCA raised funds to help animals, say that every donation and fundraiser received adds up and helps them get to work and make a positive difference in any animal's life. Others may argue that animal testing helps researchers find effective drugs and treatments. Still, many of substances tested on animals never actually get approved for the public's use or consumption, leading to many animals dying in vain. Another argument may be that animal testing allows scientists to ensure the safety of drugs. Still, with human and animal biology being so drastically different, animals' experimentations just isn't a reliable source to predict how humans' bodies would react.
Visualization steps and action steps. If animal testing persists, animals will continue to suffer through cruel, painful experiments. By experimenting on animals, humans around the world will continue to discount potential effective medical treatments because of any adverse reactions observed in animals. However, a simple solution that you can do is buy cruelty-free products, as it will help prevent as many animals as possible from having to be part of animal testing. The easiest way for people to buy cruelty-free products is when they go to the grocery stores to look at a product and see if there's a logo that states cruelty-free or not tested on animals. In conclusion, we have covered how millions of animals are harmed globally due to animal experimentation, negative consequences of animal testing, and how everyone is impacted by animal experimentation on a personal level. According to article expert quotes prove that animal testing is wrong by Dr. Clifton E. Berry, Chief of Tuberculosis Research Sections at the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease, states that mice are mice and people are people. If we look to the mouse to model every aspect of the disease for a man and to model cures, we are just wasting our time. Thank you.